Good morning. My name is Riya and I'm a finalist for the digital presentation for Knowledge Matters. Today, I'm going to be sharing my experience of Knowledge Matters with you. So to begin with, I'm currently a junior at Panther Creek High School in North Carolina. I'm enrolled in Marketing Applications Honors, and I competed in the Integrated Marketing Campaign product for DECA. So diving straight into Knowledge Matters, the lesson I'm going to be focusing on today is promotional email. And the next few slides are just key points that I want to hit about this segment. So this first screenshot is from step one in the promotional email segment. So basically, you're creating a business, and the business I was creating was a grocery store, and we had to create emails to send out to the specific target market that we were aiming to approach. So I started off creating an email, and I chose the 18 to 35-year-old demographic. You could also choose an incentive. So it was either get free items or great discounts available. So I chose get free items, and it generated a text for me. So looking at this text, it's formatted in a specific way that is going to help customers open the email, and it's going to be more successful, which I'll mention later in the PowerPoint. So this is from step 9, and basically what we see here is I sent 2 emails during this process. The first one was from January 1st, in which I didn't really look at my target graphic or target segment and customer target market. And then the second one, I knew my demographic and what to appeal to. And you can clearly see the different number of likes. So in the first one, you had 15, and the second one, you had 1,936. And this is just because we met the customer's demands and we figured out who really wanted to come to the grocery store. So it's much more successful. Now, this last one in step 9 is also from the challenge. So I was able to surpass my intended profit because I looked at the products being sold in the store, and I figured out what was being sold the most and what customers wanted. So based on what customers wanted the most, so like here you can see milk and hot dogs has the most units sold. So I was able to gear my email campaign to sell those and have discounts on those because that's what customers wanted for this grocery store. Now, from all of that, what did I take away? So email campaigns take a lot of precision to be accurate and effective. So I learned that a subject line is really important. So that's the first thing that your customer is going to see before they open the email. And this is going to determine whether they open it or not. And then email services are really important as well. You don't want spam. So utilizing that well is really important, as well as your address list. And sending the email to people who it's going to be effective towards, and people who are going to want to come to your store and buy the products. And all this impacts your response rate. So your response rate is basically the amount of people you send the email to versus the amount of people who respond. And obviously, a higher response rate leads to more revenue. Okay, now for the interesting stuff. So I was fortunate enough to have an internship while I was doing the simulation with a brand called Get Mister, which they recently changed to Modern Retail. But essentially, this product is a men's sunscreen brand selling nationally, and it was created by a local dermatologist in North Carolina. So in the top right of the slide, that was my co-mentor and my leader. She told me that she wanted me to create weekly blogs on the website, as well as send emails to potential collaborators to endorse our product. In the beginning, I was really scared and I didn't know what to do because I didn't know how to manage to sound professional and get someone to endorse our product and do all of that and do it for a real company. But I was able to think back to the simulation, and I remember how in the beginning of the simulation, you had to break it down to your specific target market and figure out who's your target market, what are their interests and what appeals to them. So over here, I'll show you the Google Doc that I used to brainstorm potential collaborators. So right here, you can see all the people I looked at, I edited this list constantly depending on who responded to the first initial Instagram DM. One person I want to point out is Max Emerson, and he has an impressive 1.1 million followers, and I will be referencing to him later in the presentation. To add, from there, I ended up creating an email list. So I took notes on the people who had interest, and I started creating emails to send to them professionally throughout their business emails. And the one I drafted to Max Emerson was actually successful. And here we can see Here's the email that I did. And similar to the way the text was formatted in step one, like I referenced, they started off with the demand, like what were their interests, what do they want? And like at that point, we knew that our customers wanted the milk and the hot dogs. So we started straight off with, like you want a discount with milk and hot dogs, right? So what I did was, for my email, I started off appealing to him. I complimented his health-oriented lifestyle and his travel posts, and I talked about how the sunscreen is fitting into his lifestyle. And as a result, he actually responded, and I sent the email to Eliana, and through multiple back and forth, like editing it and conversating with him, we were actually able to get him to promote our product. So right here is the story post that he posted of our sunscreen. And this obviously increased market reputation. It attracted new customers, and this was a successful email campaign. And 1 month later, I was able to get 15 more collaborators. To add, the response rate was also moderately high. As I figured out along the way how to make your emails more effective, I realized that it's not too hard. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. Let me know if you have any questions, and you can find me at rashotstudents.wcpss.net.